Egypt. One of the most mysterious places on Earth. The pyramids alone will leave you speechless. The Sphinx is another beauty that will completely change everything you thought about the people that built this mind-blowing piece of construction. The methods, construction tools, and even the plan on how these gigantic structures were built are a complete mystery. Theories ranging from internal ramps wrapping around the pyramid, to extraterrestrials. The so-called evidence the mainstream scholars proposed is not set in stone, but the stonework remains, and the mystery continues. Giza is a place of wonder, a place of marvel. They say the pyramids were built for the pharaohs after their death, but no mummy or body was ever found in a pyramid at Giza. This is a concern to alternative theorists, especially after the Valley of the Kings was found, which housed many of the known pharaohs after their death, and a few unknown pharaohs as well. We will dive into a few of these mysteries, so fasten your seatbelt. It will be a bumpy ride. As we start this journey into the unknown, we'll take a closer look into the Great Pyramid of Giza, as it is the most famous ancient monument known thus far. The size of this structure is completely mind-blowing. Millions of perfectly carved blocks of granite, and layered with smooth white limestone to shine bright from afar. Although new theories suggest that the blocks were cast and poured into the form they lay now, no evidence is clear on either way these remarkable ancient people built it. Since no tools, blueprints, or even a single carving shows how it was done, it remains unclear how this marvel was achieved. Mainstream archaeologists say the people from the time they suggest the pyramids were built were a primitive people. But just a glance at this structure proves otherwise. As you look closer and study the surrounding bedrock under the Giza Pyramid, you'll notice that the largest blocks were laid and leveled before the first pyramid block was even laid or poured into place. This proves an intelligent and carefully planned process took place. Although you can see the quarry where a lot of the rock was removed to build the pyramid, most of the rock was removed from a quarry miles away from the site itself. Granite from Aswan was hauled, somehow, and carefully stacked one by one. It is unknown how this was done. Even though the original entrance to the pyramid was covered up with gigantic stonework, tomb robbers were able to painstakingly carve and blow their way in with dynamite and other means of explosives. This was a daunting task. As they entered the pyramid, they encountered chambers. Most believe the chambers were filled with gold and other goods needed for the pharaoh's journey to the afterlife. It is unknown as the tombs are now empty and bare. Not even a single carving showing what was in this so-called tomb. Which leads me to another theory that's gained popularity over recent years, and that's the power plant theory. Many alternative theorists believe the small corridors, empty chambers, and shafts leading to nowhere make no sense in the tomb explanation. It is believed by many that a means of power and free energy was achieved using these monumental structures, which is not too unbelievable if you realize that they did build some of the largest structures on Earth thousands of years ago, and they are still here for us to be in awe. And we still can't definitively say how any of it was done. So no theory is wrong, as no theory can be proven right. There are many different ways they believe power was created, accumulated, stored, and distributed as free energy, depending on who you ask. My knowledge on this topic is minimal, but I believe it's important and should be further explored in the future. we'll move on to a mystery that many explorers love, and that is the Sphinx. Even though its weathering gives it a rough and rocky look, it is a beautiful piece of art to lay eyes on. Like the pyramids at Giza, the age is unknown. Carved straight out the bedrock, carving this must have been a monumental task, to put it lightly. Not known how or with what tools, the beauty is breathtaking. There are many mysteries this statue alone. Believed to have tunnels directly beneath the structure, no evidence was ever put forth. Most attempts to research this theory further by alternative scientists were shot down and denied access with no real explanation as to why. Also, a chamber or void was potentially found under one of the gigantic paws of this marvel. Holes were drilled into both the body as well as under the paws. Said to have found nothing, many don't believe this to be true. With the body of a lion and the face a human, it's not known if it was always this way. Theories range from it being a jackal to a complete lion from head to paws. There is a cavity at the top of the head, which a door or hatch has been installed. Also, numerous cavities have been found towards the bottom of the body, all of which are off limits to the public, as well as explorers alike. Buried deep under the sand for thousands of years, with only the head above the surface, its true size and beauty is now clear for the world to grasp. As explorers continue to research the Sphinx, evidence of water erosion was uncovered, leading to even more theories on the true age of this beauty. Some believe it to be much older than the pyramids itself. Some point to the temple directly in front of the Sphinx. When carving this monument, they used the rock that were removed from the Sphinx and created a beautifully constructed temple. Also unknown how this was done, adding to the mystery on how and who planned and perfectly executed said structure. As we think about all these structures, temples, tunnels, and chambers, we can only use our imagination and dig deep into the evidence over the years. Although some of the so-called evidence is not evident, as it is being picked apart by those doing their own research and have boots on the ground. We know mainstream archaeologists are pushing the same old explanation we've been giving for years. But we can now open our minds to the possibility that we got it all wrong. Looking at these gigantic structures and size of the blocks that were either carved or poured perfectly into place, with no definitive evidence on how any of it was actually done. Many understand we have more work to do, as we find more artifacts, tunnels, chambers, mummies, and evidence leading us in so many different directions. Our work is far from over. We need to take a step back, gather all evidence we've been given, and do our own research. So many finds are being hidden from the public, and we need to find out why. We need to fight for truth to be given to us, as this might explain the true age of not only our finds, but humanity as well. As we now know, what we are being told is not the complete truth. And with every excavation and every discovery, the timeline on humanity is being pushed further back. Evidence is leading towards the ancient people being far more intelligent and far more advanced than we are being led to believe. Who were these people? Why did they build such remarkable feats of engineering? We need to understand the minds of the ones who planned and executed these absolutely incredible pieces of stonework, most of which we cannot achieve even today with all our machines and technology. We will continue to sift through all the lies and all that's hidden from us, as we deserve to know the truth. There are so many gaps we need to fill. Let's work together to reach for what's true and what's not factual. Thank you to all who watched part 1 of this journey, and I urge you to join me and many others on the search for truth. We are a remarkable species. Our ancestors achieved much more than we can possibly imagine. Only together we will find out how and why. Make sure you subscribe to King John TV. And if you enjoyed this first documentary-style video, please like and share. And look out for many more as I will continue to advance in my content. Thanks again, my beautiful people, and I love you all. Remember to enjoy life and always push forward. Thanks.